Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. In today's What's for Dinner video, I'll be sharing with you what meals we had this past week. Our dinners were easy to make, budget friendly, and delicious. If you'd like to get some weeknight meal ideas for your family, then just keep watching. For dinner this first night, I made chicken tacos. My little sister came over and spent the weekend with us, and I told her I'd make her whatever she wanted for dinner, and she chose these chicken tacos and the Copycat Taco Bell cheesy Fiesta potatoes. This is so delicious. It's so quick and easy to put together. The chicken tacos is a slow cooker meal. I've shared this before on my channel, so I will include the recipe video for that in the description box below, so be sure to check it out to see how we made this. For this next meal, I made a baked Italian sub and then a quick pasta salad. I didn't film me actually making the sub and the pasta salad in detail because, again, my sister was over and I was spending time with her. But first, I'm going to get started on the pasta salad. I found this Hidden Valley Ranch pasta salad at Dollar General. It was on markdown, so I'm just going to cook this according to the package instructions. And then once I made the pasta salad, I did add in some frozen peas, shredded cheddar cheese, some bacon bits, and then some diced tomato. For this baked Italian sub, all I did was take a loaf of French bread that I got on markdown at Walmart. I sliced it in half, and then I added some ham and some Swiss cheese. That's what I happen to have on hand. I baked it in the oven at about 400 degrees for just about 7 or 8 minutes until it was nice and toasted. And then I just added the toppings of our choice. So we added like lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, mustard, black olives, banana peppers, all the good things, and then served it with the pasta salad. Dinner this next night, we celebrated my mom's birthday. She requested BBQ hot dogs, potato salad, deviled eggs, and baked beans, so that's what I made. So again, I didn't film myself because we had family over, but I cooked some hot dogs on the Blackstone, and here I just have the buns and the condiments. For the hot dogs, we love doing barbecue hot dogs, so like the last minute or so that the hot dogs are cooking, we will brush them with barbecue sauce. If you've never had it this way, they are so good. So we have some with the barbecue sauce and some plain, and then I made some shells and cheese. The baked beans, these are just great value baked beans. I added a little bit of brown sugar, barbecue sauce, put it in this casserole dish, topped it with some pre-cooked bacon, and baked it at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes. And then I have some potato salad and deviled eggs. These two recipes will be in an upcoming video. I'm going to be sharing some recipes for Easter side, so be sure to check that out. And then for dessert, we had a chocolate pie. For dinner this next night, I made homemade pizza. I'm going to start out by making my husband some buffalo wings. These I got at Aldi. I cooked these in the air fryer at about 360 degrees for about 12 minutes, flipped them over, and cooked them for another 12 minutes. I'm going to get started on the pizza. I've shared how I make this pizza before on my channel, but I'll share it again just in case you're new. I like to use the Great Value pizza mix. I've tried making homemade pizza dough before, and I mean, it's good, but I like this mix. It's really inexpensive. It's about 50 cents for this pouch. It makes about a 12 to 14 inch pizza, and it's super easy to do, so it's great for a weeknight meal. But basically, I'm just going to follow the package instructions, and that is to add the mix, some hot water, stir that together until it forms a ball, cover that with a towel, and set it aside for 5 minutes. I've got my oven preheating according to the package instructions, which for this package is 475 degrees. After the 5 minutes, I'm going to spray my pizza pan really well with some cooking spray, and then I'm going to place my dough onto the pizza pan and press that out until it's a circle. This pizza pan is about 16 inches, so that's why I'm going a little bit short. And then I'm going to generously prick the crust with a fork and place this into the oven for about 5 minutes. Next, I'm going to add my pizza sauce. I'm just using the Great Value pizza sauce, but you could also do this with ranch dressing or Alfredo sauce, buffalo sauce, barbecue sauce, whatever it is that you like. Pesto is also really good. I'm just going to spread my sauce out, and then I'm going to add a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese. Next, I'm going to add my toppings. You can use whatever you and your family like. This is a great way to use things that you have left over in the fridge. Today, I'm going to use some turkey pepperoni, sliced mushrooms, pineapple. I know that's controversial, but we like pineapple on our pizza. And then I put bacon bits, and then on my husband's half of the pizza, I added sliced black olives and some sliced banana pepper rings for him. Now I'm going to sprinkle this with just a little more shredded mozzarella cheese and then place this back into the oven for about 9 to 11 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melted. And here's the pizza out of the oven. I'm going to allow this to sit for about 5 minutes before I slice it, and then we'll serve it up. To go with my pizza, I made myself a side salad. So I just have some lettuce, cherry tomatoes, a little bit of bacon bits, shredded cheddar cheese, some fried onions, croutons, and then some homemade honey mustard dressing. This dressing is so good. I'll include the recipe in the description box below. And here are the plates. So I have my salad, a slice of pizza, and I sprinkled a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese on top of our pizza. And then on my husband's plate, he has a couple slices of the pizza, those wings, and then some Ken's Steakhouse blue cheese dressing to dip his wings in. For dinner this next night, I made Copycat red lobster, coconut shrimp, and cheddar bay biscuits along with some steamed broccoli. This dinner was delicious. It's part of an upcoming collab that will be coming out next week, so be sure to keep an eye out for that to see how I made this. I highly recommend you give this a try. Tonight for dinner, I'm making a recipe called the best burger ever. We haven't made this in several years, but it was actually pretty good. I always forget about this recipe. To get started, I'm going to make the sauce for the burger. Now, it really is best if this sauce has a little bit of time to sit in the refrigerator, but if you don't have time for it to sit, that's totally fine. But to get started in this small mixing bowl, I'm going to add in my mayonnaise, ketchup, relish, and Worcestershire sauce. And again, I will include the recipe for this in the description box below. I did remember though, when I was making the sauce, that the last time I made it, I felt like the sauce was a little too salty. So this time the recipe calls for seasoned salt. I held off on the seasoned salt. I tasted the sauce and I felt like it didn't need the seasoning salt. So I would suggest you leave it out, taste it, and if you feel like it needs some of the seasoned salt, then add a little bit. To go along with the burgers, I'm making cheddar ranch potatoes. We've had this before and it's a really simple side dish and it's delicious. So to get started, I have some potatoes that I have washed and cut into chunks. The recipe calls for red potatoes, but I'm just using russet because that's what I have on hand. I'm going to cook these potatoes for about 8 to 10 minutes and then drain them and rinse them with cold water. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I've greased this casserole dish. I've placed my drained potatoes in there. I'm going to season those with some seasoned salt, pepper, and a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to add in my ranch dressing, some shredded cheddar cheese, and some bacon bits. And then I'm going to mix that together really well. Then I'm going to add just a little more shredded cheddar cheese and bacon bits on top just as kind of a garnish. And then I'm going to bake these in the oven for just about 8 to 10 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melted. Now I'm going to start on the burgers. Now, to be completely honest, I don't feel like this is the best burger ever. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a big statement to make, but these burgers are actually pretty good. So in this bowl, I have some ground beef. I'm going to add in some shredded cheddar cheese, barbecue sauce, seasoned salt, pepper, and then some onion powder. And then I'm just going to mix that together. Now, usually I don't add things into my burgers whenever I make hamburgers. I just like take ground beef, make the patties, season it really well with salt and pepper. But these burgers, adding the cheddar cheese and the barbecue sauce into the burger, it makes them really, really flavorful and really moist and tender. Now, with that being said, these aren't really necessarily the kinds of burgers that you would want to grill like outside on a grill. Because they are so moist, they can tend to fall apart. So it's really best if you cook these like on a Blackstone or a cast iron skillet or a skillet instead of on a grill. Now with these patties, I want to mix everything together until it's well combined, but I don't want to over mix it. And then I'm just going to form this into 4 patties. I have this skillet over about medium-high heat, and I'm just going to add my patties and cook them for about 5 or 6 minutes per side. This really just depends on how you like your burgers cooked and how thick you make your burgers. Here are the buns that I'm going to be using. These are brioche buns that I got from Walmart. This is the Sam's Choice. These are actually really good. I'm just going to spray them with a little bit of spray butter, put them into my air fryer at 390 degrees, and just cook them for about 2 or 3 minutes until they're nice and toasted. Once the burgers are cooked to my liking, I'm going to add slices of cheese and then remove them to a paper towel lined plate to let them drain a little bit. And here are the potatoes out of the oven. I like to top mine with some chopped green onions, but you don't have to. The recipe doesn't call for it. And then here are the toasted buns. And here are the burger patties. Here are the finished plates. I topped the toasted buns with some of the sauce that we made earlier, and then my husband's burger also has some lettuce and tomato. I just had the burger and the sauce on mine, and then we have the cheddar potatoes. This was delicious. I recommend you give both of these recipes a try. For dinner this next night, I really did not feel like cooking anything for dinner, so I just did something really quick. I had about half a package of these Gorton's beer battered fish fillets. I just cooked these in the air fryer, and then I also cooked up some of these Ore-Ida fast food fries in the air fryer. These fries are really, really good. If you've never tried them, I highly recommend you give these a try. And here are the plates. So for my husband, he just did the fish and the fries. I whipped up a quick tartar sauce. I made this in my last What's for Dinner video. I'll include a link in the description box below for that. It's really easy to put together. And then for me, for whatever reason, I really wanted a fish sandwich. I think this is only like the second fish sandwich I've ever had in my entire life, but it was delicious. I just took a bun, put 2 of those fish fillets on the bun, and then a little tartar sauce, and that was our dinner this night. And then my husband does like to put malt vinegar on his fish and fries. And that's it for this week's What's for Dinner. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.